This is Time Out Corner, 90 degrees of truth, and you are in the corner. So we're trying a new little segment here. This is one where I will be pretty much just going over news that has happened for the past couple of days or the week or whatnot. And I'm just going to be searching online for news stories. Some of these I've heard of about, I've actually looked into already. And well, I would assume when I'm searching for news, I'm just going to type in recent news and things of that nature. And I would assume things that pop up would be things that I've seen and known about, have also talked about, or with friends, or just seen other videos about and stuff like that. And also things that I have not heard about. So this will be some interesting, I guess you could say, a little test run and see how this goes. And of course, as you know, on this channel, well, for people who have seen it, I'm still playing around with the format I want to do with this channel, how I want to do things. And this is one thing I'm going to try out and work out for one of the, I guess you could say, things I do on this channel. And I'm going to see how this format goes. So without further ado, let's try to get some of this searching random news stories on the road. Now, let me check to see if my audio is good first before we get into this. So give me 1 second real quick. And as you can see in the title of the, I'm just going to start jibber jabbering right now until I get this audio verified. But as you can see, I'm calling this segment not live news, but relive news, or relive, however you want to pronounce it, right? But relive news or relive news. That's what I'm calling this segment in particular. Let's see. Okay, showing up good. Got a big old forehead. Not live news, but relive news or relive, however you want to pronounce it, right? But relive news or relive news. That's what I'm calling this segment in particular. Let's see. And so far, it looks like it's good. I can hear myself pretty good. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, how this is going to work again is just going to go online and just see if I can find. Actually, I'm going to bring that back up. And, see if I can find what news stories you can find. Now, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put these headphones into my phone. That way, whenever I need to check to make sure the audio is good or whatnot, or somebody says something's wrong with the audio, I can just check it real quick and not have to worry about it. So my live stream is constantly currently will be pulled up on here. Let me turn that on. And today's rough hair day. We're not caring about today about the hair. We're gonna let it fly. Like I say, I let the wind comb my hair. Be on the lookout for that. Just be on the lookout for that. That's all I gotta say. I let the wind comb my hair. All right. Anyways, so let's go. So I'm going to bring up a window that you all can look at along with me. Let's do this. All right. Let's see. Let me bring up the window capture. Hopefully you all can see this, but I'll let you know what news I'm bringing up. And if I can, let me see if this is a way. I'll post it in the chat for anybody that shows up. I want to see if I can maybe add to the description of the video while it's live. I would assume I could. Okay, I can. That's good. Okay, yeah, so as I find stories, and if I don't forget, I'll try to constantly update the description with the current story that I'm reading or going over and things of that nature. So bear with me, you people. Bear with me. This is a new format I'm trying out. See how this works. Make this a little bit wider. Go this way. See me a little more. Go this way some. Put that over there. All right, so let's just do this again. Woo! I about to say I have my stream key showing. Everybody can see it, but it's hidden. Good, it's hidden. Okay, good. So, recent news. Enter. We're going to do it this way. We're just going to go over recent news, read the story, at least go over the story, and looks like I'm lagging. Let me check real quick. I'm lagging. Let me see what's going on here. Am I still streaming? Am I still good? No. $45. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I just gotta reload this page. It's acting weird. Alright, we're back. I had to change some settings. I should put this in a different window. I don't want you all to be able to see that. Alright, so it's good now. That's good. All right, so recent news. So we're just going to, again, it's a new format, so bear with me on how this goes. All right, so and we'll also probably go to YouTube and look at recent stories from other people and then bring those stories up and then see what we could find. And of course, I'll give shout outs to whoever I found the news story from. So right now we're on CNN channel website, and we'll see what we might want to go over. So we have a few stories, looks like. There's a reward for $35,000 for a 5-year-old girl who may have been abducted in New Jersey, in a New Jersey playground, that is. Let's see what kind of news we have on that story right now. Let's check that out. So we'll put that on the side, middle click that one, and actually check it out right now. So it says at least 35, but on the top it has 20,000 reward. So they have pictures of the girl, and there's a reward out for it, 35,000. It says at least $35,000. So anybody in the New Jersey area, of course, if you have any information, you can obviously relay that information to the appropriate authorities. So, okay, we cannot play that music, or we will probably get a copyright strike. We don't want another one of those. So let's see what this story is talking about here. What actually, we know what happened, but let's see if there's any other information. At least $35,000 is being offered as a reward for Dulce Maria Alavez, who authorities say may have been abducted Monday from a playground in New Jersey. Dulce Maria Alavez may have been taken by a light-skinned, possibly Hispanic male. The Bridgeton Police Department said Tuesday in an announcement. An Amber Alert. The possible suspect is described as between 5'6" and 5'8", so around my height. With a thin build, I don't think I'm thin, right? Got some meat on me, good or bad, right? with a thin build, no facial hair, and acne on his face. He was wearing orange sneakers, red pants, and a black shirt, police said. Now, what time did this happen at? Do they have any time? We don't have a time on it at the moment. In just 1 second, let me update the okay, this is kind of loud. Let me update the actual description that I'm including in this first story. So I'm gonna put via CNN. Child abducted in New Jersey. So one thing is, if the person who abducted this child is not watching the news, or if they're unaware of what they may know about the person already, I would say, and I'm not sure what time this person was abducted. I'm not sure what time this news story even came out. So it came out around, this came out recently. So 10:52 p.m. today is when it came out. And this is Eastern because it happened in, New Jersey? It happened in a New Jersey playground. So I'm here in Nashville. So that pretty much literally just happened. Well, at least this news story broke. That's about 15 minutes. Well, 8. That's 15 minutes. Around 15 minutes. Now, granted, I'm not sure that's the exact correct time on my laptop compared to theirs, but give or take, right? So 7 plus 8. We figured that out, right? But it happened within, I would say they probably broke this story 30 minutes, an hour after it happened, possibly. I'm not sure. Who knows how fast it got out. But it happened today within this story was reported on, at least by CNN, within the last 30 minutes. And so it's dark out there right now, I would assume. Obviously, it's 10 o'clock at night. Actually, it's about 11:08 over there right now. So I would assume this person wearing orange shoes is not orange shoe is not really like a big. Let me finish updating this. All right. Orange shoes are not really like a big color that a lot of people wear, especially on maybe like on clothing, like a shirt. Not really pants, I guess. Jackets, maybe. Shirts, hats, gloves, maybe. But shoes and pants, you don't really see too many people with orange shoes and pants. Probably more so the shoes than pants. But that would be something that would probably be easier to find somebody with orange shoes as opposed to somebody with like white shoes or black shoes or brown shoes or heck, even like red shoes with some mixed colors. So these are probably most likely sneakers that he's wearing. I can't think of any boots or dress shoes that are orange. Well, I guess there are some that are pretty fancy ones that have like some sort of kind of orange in them. But let's continue. The man drove off Monday with Dulce in a red van with tinted windows and a sliding passenger side door, the alert says. So it seems like he was and obviously he has a vehicle that I guess you could say it's easy to do like an abduction like this. You don't have to worry about a door slinging open. It's a sliding door, so you can just shoot, snatching and just take off. So Dulce was last seen wearing a yellow shirt with a koala bear on the front, black and white checkered long pants with a flower design, and white sandals. Police said she is 3'5" and weighs 40 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. So even she has on some clothes that could possibly lead to people recognizing her, especially since he has orange shoes and she has on, what is it? She's wearing a yellow shirt with the koala bear on it. So that's probably also something that's not yellow shirts. Not too many people. Now, I do see people wearing yellow shirts. That's more frequent than orange shoes, but still not as frequent as many other colors that people wear for shirts. And also, she has a koala bear on the front, or yes, on the front. And also, she has black and white checkered logo pants or long pants with a flower design. Also, something that's not going to be very money. So that's a particular design of pants with a particular pattern and design on them, which is very going to be something that's also rare. So hopefully this person, actually it would be good if this person stayed outdoors with this kid that they've abducted, because it would be really easy for somebody who knows of the story to actually spot them and report them or whatnot, right? So of course, if you took them to a house or something like that, or some abandoned place, or just took her somewhere outside, then it's going to be, where it's not around people, then that's going to be much harder, right? But hopefully hopefully he didn't just go straight somewhere. He had to stop somewhere and do something, and to where somebody could spot him and say, hey, I remember those orange shoes, because I know I would remember if I saw, maybe not really, if I don't really pay attention to people's shoes that much, but I don't know. But so that's this is I know this can't be something that's but yeah, that's the first story we're doing right here. We're doing a story about an abducted kid in New Jersey from a playground. Now, this story just came out again, at least on CNN's website. They posted this 10:52 Eastern time, which was literally within 30 minutes. So it hasn't even been past 30 minutes yet. This has happened. I would imagine they got wind of the story about 30 minutes to an hour and a half after it happened, maybe. And so that's a pretty late time for a kid to be at a park who's only, what was it, 5 years old? Let's verify that. Was she only 5? Let's get some verification on that. She was, Dulce Alavez, 5 years old, 3'5". That's kind of late for a kid to be at a park, though. I mean, I would assume in New Jersey, like I said, this probably happened 30 minutes to an hour and a half before they reported on it. Maybe not. Maybe it happened early in the day. So let's actually try to see if they have an actual time this happened. Let's see. And again, people, this is a new segment I'm trying out. Relive or relive news, where I'm going over news stories that happened out throughout the week and anything that I find that's interesting. I'm gonna do a quick caption over it, or recap over it, or just go over the story and talk about it. And we're going to fix the format up over time. But this is the first time doing this, so here we go. But anyways, let's get back to this story. All right, so got all these pop-ups popping up. There's a family spokesperson, and person says, I believe she is alive. And we all believe she's alive, hope she's alive. Hopefully this person didn't do nothing crazy. But let's continue. Her family held a vigil Saturday night at the park where she was last seen. Okay, so this probably happened a while ago, then, or maybe earlier in the day, or earlier in the day today, or maybe yesterday, or within a few days. I'm not sure. Still trying to haven't got to a point where they exactly say when they reported the child being abducted. So I'm still waiting to come across that. Haven't read it yet. People could be seen wearing yellow shirts and holding candles. I don't know if you all should do that. Start walking around with yellow shirts. That would make it that much harder to actually. Well, here's the thing, because a yellow shirt is not something that's really worn a lot by a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people wear yellow shirts, but you're not going to go outside and just start picking, easily finding people wearing yellow shirts. And the girl has on a yellow shirt. Well, everybody starts wearing yellow shirt, having their kids wear yellow shirts to try to. I understand they're trying to support her, but that's just going to make it that much harder to try to spot something that's should be a rare case of somebody wearing a yellow shirt. Would make it that much harder if a lot of people start wearing yellow shirts. It'd be, of course, you're still going to be standing out of the crowd because you have on a yellow shirt. But again, that's yeah. Now again, I don't know when this story. I don't actually know when this person was abducted. So again, this could have happened yesterday or the day before, because I haven't read it exactly where they say this has happened. I'm reading this live, guys, so I don't know about this story. So bear with me. A man spoke on behalf of the family, saying in part, officers are working around the clock to find Dulce. Dulce will be found. I truly believe in my heart she is alive somewhere, the man said. So let's try to see if we can find out exactly. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this was a while ago. This was at least 6 days ago. Or 5 days ago. She was playing on the swings. This is the next section of the story. Officers responded. Let me scoot over some. Hope you guys can see the story. If you're not, it's on CNN's website. I would assume you could just Google New Jersey missing girl CNN. The story will pop up. But anyways, officers responded to the Bridgeton City Park's ball fields and playing ground area for report of a missing child at about 4:50 p.m. Monday. So this happened Monday. So we got a time now. The girl's mother told police that Dulce was playing on swings with her 3-year-old brother as the mother remained about 30 yards away in her vehicle. With an 8-year-old relative, police said. 30 yards away. I mean, it's not that far, but if there's like a lot of people, anything could happen, right? But and that just goes to show you that even being only 30 yards away, I mean, it's not far away, but it's not like the closest, right? But it's not really that far. But even then, you turn your hair for 1 second, somebody could come and snatch a child, and that could happen really quick without you even knowing. You turn around and their child's missing, or whoever you're watching over is missing, right? It could happen that quickly. Hopefully they find this missing girl. The mother told police she observed the 3-year-old return to her vehicle without his sister. So she didn't realize that her daughter was missing until the 3-year-old that was with her returned, and his sister was not with him. And she was unable to locate the daughter, police said. The Amber Alert was issued after police interviewed and re-interviewed people who were in Bridgeton's City Park near the ball fields on Monday afternoon. Bridgeton Police Chief Michael Gamari said Tuesday. Police searched with more than 50 officers from agencies across the county, city and state. A waterway also was drained by city workers to help in the search. That's gotta suck, draining that, in search for a missing child. I mean that's yeah. Law enforcement. Well, actually, it's pretty good though that they didn't find nothing in that water. Sorry, I just see another story on the side. Law enforcement have searched the city park by helicopter with divers, K9s, and sonar, and the search continues. Anyone with tips or information should call 1-800-CALL-FBI. Police said the FBI said it was contributing $5,000 to the reward money, which as of Saturday was at $35,000 total. So there it is, people. This story is a child was abducted Monday. Let's make sure we get that time right. 4:50 p.m. Eastern time in New Jersey at Bridgeton Park in a playground. And they have yet to they have not been able to locate and find the girl yet. So that's that story. That's the first story we're doing right now. First one I've come across. This is a particular story that I don't really need to go to another station to verify if anything's missing. But we're gonna do that for other stories that have more of. This one is more straightforward. There's really no like they haven't found the girl yet. They don't have really any more information. But we can go look to see if there's any more information. Which actually, let's do that right now. Let's try to see if we can find some other information about this personnel. If there's any other sites out there that have any heads up or tips or things of that nature. So let's do that real quick. Because this is talk news, so we do like to go to other sources when need to, or when it seems like we possibly have to dig a little deeper to find information. This story doesn't really need that because it's a straightforward story. There's no, I don't see any reason why there would be any other information left out that they could provide to public legally. So, or that wouldn't mess with the investigation. But let's do look elsewhere. Maybe another site has information that is not provided here. And while I look for the just gotta grab her name because I don't want to type in the name wrong. Okay, Dulce Alavez. All right. Just give me 1 second. Gotta stop real quick and verify my audio. Make sure everything's going good. So I'll just I like to check from a source that's not connected to my computer or laptop. I use my phone for that. So just bear with me. All right, audio's good. All right, let's continue. All right. I like this segment right here. I'm doing right here is just going over news just as I see them, and of course some of the news I go over I've already known about, read about. It's just that I don't have time to do it every day, so I'm going to have pick days throughout the week to where I just sit down and go live over news. So maybe sometimes when I do these live segments or relive segments, some breaking news story happened and I can go over it live at the moment. So I think I'm gonna like this format. I'm sort of taking this idea from the presidential elections to where I was doing those live, and I like that format. So I'm gonna try to bring that more into my news story coverage. That way, I don't have to be searching for news. I can just go do it live and go from there. So, anyways, let's continue. So we got a Fox News. I think this is a video. We'll find out. Fox News Philadelphia. And we'll probably stop right here as far as searching for this, because I don't think there's any more news. Actually, I would like to go to like So they do have pictures of what the girl looks like and what she's wearing, what she has. So as you can see, like in the story CNN has, she has on a yellow shirt that has a koala bear on it. And I have to reset my camera. Just give me 1 second. Have a time limit on my camera. I still have to figure out how to turn that timer off. Because Canon has they're trying to avoid taxes with their camera. So if it's over 30 minutes recording, they get charged like an extra tax in Europe and some countries. So they just disable anything past 30-minute recording for this particular camera. And so they got it blocked at 29 minutes, 59 seconds. It shuts off. And so I have to reset it. And there's a way to do it when you install a certain program on it, so you can bypass it. I just haven't got it working right yet, so we'll get to that. I'll figure it out soon. It's not that big of a deal, right? Anyway, so as you can see, there's a picture of her, like stated in the story. Let me blow this up a little bit bigger. She has on a yellow shirt with a koala bear on it, and as stated, long pants with the checkered, black and white checkered with flowers on it. You can't really tell the flowers in this picture, but I remember CNN said there were flowers on it. So, yeah, that's that. This is from Heavy News or Heavy.com. And there's a more closer picture of her. All right. Here's a map of the Google Maps of the, I believe it's Google Maps. Let's do that larger map. Let's make it. Okay, so they got it stamped where exactly. Let's make this a bigger view. Let's do that right there. Okay. So as you can see, let's try to zoom in some. So this is where it happened. I guess it's where they got the. Now, let's see if in the story they actually say exactly where at the park. So her mother told authorities she was sitting. I'm reading this part right here. She was sitting in a parking lot near the park and didn't see what happened to Dulce. CBS Philadelphia reported she was last seen playing on the swings, as reported by CNN. Her mom was 30 yards away in the parking lot with an 8-year-old relative. The mom said her son returned to the car crying without his sister. Okay, I don't think in the last report they said he was crying. So that means he witnessed his daughter or his sister being grabbed, which set him off to cry. It's not that he couldn't find her, because if he didn't see her, let me make this smaller, this window. So if he didn't see her, oops. So if he didn't see his sister get grabbed and she just like walked away, he probably would have just walked up to his mom, maybe not crying or nothing, just doing whatever he was doing, right? Or just said, okay, you want to go over there? I'm just going to go over here with mom then. Or he probably would just walk with her. But since he knows something bad happened, he's cried and worried. So he went back to his mom crying, and I probably set off like, what's going on? Where's your sister at? And he's just crying, right? He's what, 3 years old? Yeah, he's 3 years old. So he's crying, and I don't know, and he don't know what happened. All he knows is some stranger just took his sister, and he's crying because maybe there's a little struggle there and whatnot. So I guess the question here is, though, I guess that would have to be some noise, right? Crying, but it is 30 yards, and I would assume there's a lot of kids around, so anything is possible. He probably grabbed her mouth and make sure there was no noise that she could make, and he's probably just realizing what's going on, and he's not really too crazy as far as like mind going crazy, like all these things going on in his head about what's going on, and he realizes, oh, sister's gone, some stranger grabs, and so he's crying. He don't want to be grabbed, so he goes to his mom crying. So this lets you know that the kid's seen something traumatizing to him, sister being grabbed or whatnot, and pulled away. I don't think on CNN they mentioned her crying. So I guess it was good to go search elsewhere. I mean, this is not like a big, like, oh my gosh, they left this out. You know, it's just interesting to know that the brother was crying. Maybe I missed that on the CNN part, but it's good to know that, you know, that the child, because he could have been over there not seeing it happen, or maybe he was over there and saw her missing and started crying because she wasn't there and then went back. So we're not really sure exactly why he was crying, but I would assume that he saw her get grabbed or taken away or whatnot, and and that's what happened, right? I'm gonna play this just to see what this is. Okay, here. Oh, and there's actual video. Okay, you got the 3-year-old. You got her right here. So she's grabbing some stuff out of the cold fridge or freezer. I guess that's the 3-year-old right there. He wants him some goodies too. All right. I think that's ice cream, popsicles and stuff like that. Who's this guy right here? I'm gonna play that. And I guess I want to know who spotted the yellow shoes. 'Cause I remember they said a man with yellow shoes on. I guess they were interviewing people and they said they remember somebody with yellow shoes. So maybe that's where it came from, but they haven't really explained where they found that out. So I'm gonna go over the story some more. Actually, I'm gonna go back to the CNN one and see if they mention who reported yellow shoes. I don't want to say nothing about this video, but yeah, something's weird. I just don't want to jump to conclusions or anything like that, but something's off, and maybe just be me being dumb and an idiot, right? So that's why I don't want to say it, because it could be very, very bad if I say it, and it just that's why I question who witnessed the yellow shoes, but it could be depending how far away they were, but they said shoes, so and I guess I'm not sure. And I think they said, yeah, there was. So she's the 8-year-old. That's the 8-year-old right there. I forgot about that. That's right. There was an 8-year-old as well that the mother was with in the car. So that's the 8-year-old with her right there. So you got the 8-year-old. She's the oldest. Then you have the 5-year-old right here with the yellow shirt, with the checker pants, and you have the 3-year-old brother right here as well. And you also have. Did he come in with them? No, he didn't come with them. So he's just a customer who came in. Or he was he already in the store? Yeah, so he's just another customer came. I thought maybe he was with them because he was on that side first and then on the other side. But anyway, so that's those 1, 2, 3, 4, the family right there, family of 4. All right, that's weird. Anyways, well, we'll mention that later. What I think is weird. Again, it could just be in my head. I don't want to say it right now, but anyways. So the photo above with her right here is saying was just before Dulce disappeared when her mother took her and her brother to buy ice cream before they went to the park. It shows exactly what Dulce was wearing when she was last seen. Again, you can see it clear in day what she was wearing. Well, not you can't see like the flowers that clear. Actually, can't really. You can see where the flowers are at, but you can't really tell what they are. At least I couldn't, but I knew what they were since reading the story. It shows okay. You can also see surveillance video showing one of the last times Dulce was seen below, and that's what we just watched. Her mother, Noema Alavez Perez, was not arrested, and police are investigating how the rumor got started. Her father does not live in the United States. A report was passed around social media on Friday that Dulce's mother, Noema Alavez Perez, was arrested, but this report was not accurate. CBS Philadelphia reported. Bridgeton Police Chief Michael Gamari said they're investigating the source of the report that Perez was arrested. Police have said the family is cooperating with the investigation. So, people start rumors all the time, crazy rumors, and that's probably how that got started, Yeah, sometimes people don't help with their crazy stuff, or maybe somebody, I don't know, stuff's crazy. I'm actually enjoying this story right here. I mean, it's not the story itself, but just going over the story. And let me make sure that I have this. and put the child's name in here. That way, I'm just updating my description of this stream, just so you know. All right, we got that edited. All right. Again, this is a new format I'm trying for those who don't know. If you jump in here, or if you catch it, whatever, I'm doing a relive or relive news segment or talk news segment to where, since I'm not going to be able to do news every day, every single day, I'm going to pick days throughout the week to where I just do a relive segment or relive, where I go live and I just search online for news stories that happened recently, and some of these stories I probably already know about, I've already read about, seen videos about it, etc., etc. But I'm going to do news story about it, and there may be stories that I have not seen, have no clue about, and I'm going to, if they're interesting enough, or have or feel like I can shine some light on it, or some might have some input on it, then I'll probably do those stories as well. Of course, I'm not going to do every story. We're going to skip stories. We're going to bypass stories and etc. But anyways, let's go back and look. So the possible kidnapper had a red van or SUV and is 5'6" to 5'8". Now let me go to CNN real quick because I don't think they. Oh yeah, okay. They didn't have all that. So I do got the park. So she was by the. Let's make this bigger. So her mom was by the parking lot, which is over here. Now, did they say she was across the street? Well, it's this is the park though, people. So as you can see, there's a lot of land and field and tree areas around it. Yeah, and there's a big lake, or is that okay? That's the ocean. So I forgot there was in New Jersey. Yeah, that's the ocean. So, yeah. So that's the first story we went over right here. So that's pretty much just this story right here. 5-year-old girl missing. They have not found her. But anyway, there's more to the story. We're going to read this last part of it, and then we'll find another story to go over. All right. So again, the possible kidnapper had a red van or SUV, and is 5'6" to 5'8". I'm not exactly sure. I guess it's a witness who reporting that, but haven't gotten to that part to where who actually reported this of what the suspect possibly looks like. So Maggie Kent of ABC, that they don't have any solid suspects, collecting surveillance videos obviously of surrounding areas, and I would assume as well possible surveillance of or surveillance of possible exit locations, meaning if he went like he exited the park area and went left, I would assume they probably try to find cameras of of storefronts and banks and whatnot that 4 roads that he may went down. Also street lights and stuff like that. Family has been interviewed, will be interviewed again. Family is concerned with narratives on social media. Police department, when asked, everything plays a role. Every comment. Uh, okay, so yeah, so the suspect was wearing black shirt, red pants, and orange sneakers when he was last seen, and driving a red van with tinted windows and sliding doors. So disregard what I said earlier about that looking weird. Police have said there are no strong suspects at this time. They said they gathered video surveillance for the area. So that could be good. If there's cameras obviously in the area where it got abducted, then they're not going to tell you exactly if they have information on the suspect if they feel it may tip them off. Just like remember in Justice Smollett case, they're telling everybody we don't know who's who yet, or those are 2 homeless guys. When all along they knew that those 2 people in the video that they or the picture that they showed initially, not too long after the incident happened, and they said that those were 2 homeless people. They found him and they talked to him, the 2 homeless people. All along, they knew that those were 2 Nigerians. They just had to wait for them to come back from, vacation pretty much. And when they did, they got them at the airport when they came back, when they landed. So sometimes they're not going to give you all the information. They're going to purposely deceive. And in this case, it's good reason because maybe they don't want to tip him off to let him know that we know who you are, or we're getting closer into knowing who you are to where he can change up his identity or change his shoes up or whatever the case. Maybe they're even lying about the shoes being orange. Who knows, right? But I doubt that because I think this is actually reported by the news because they got information themselves. But anyways, so that's the first story for this one. Let's see what the next story we could find. And for all of these, we're going to do, for stuff like this, when it's something this big and it's important, we're going to do, we're going to go back around and do recaps on some of these news stories in a couple days. We'll probably do that for the next relive segment. We'll do quick recaps for the past ones, stories that we did that need recaps, or I feel that are good to have recaps, and we'll go from there. Pause again. Going to verify the audio. Good to go. All right. It's got some Bernie Sanders news. We'll check that out. Some LC news, of course. See what kind of local news we got here in Nashville. All right. Let's also go to YouTube, see what everybody's talking about. We'll just go over news and recap the news. So what we just went over was New Jersey kidnapping in the playground that happened Monday around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again in New Jersey, in Bridgeton, New Jersey Park. There's a playground over there. And currently no, at the moment, suspects. At least it's what they're telling us, no suspects. Just type in news, right? A lot of Area 51 stuff. Again, we're gonna fix these segments. This is just my first time around doing this, so maybe in the future or for the next one, I'll probably just find stories before I come live and then just go over them live. And as I go along those stories, we'll also look for various stories by the side panel. Look at the side panel, what do you call it, advertisements and recommended stories, and we'll probably check some of those out. We'll probably do it that way. Probably be better than just randomly trying to look for stories, because I don't have a website I can go to just find random stories that are good. Actually, I'm sure there are some like that. Let's try to see if there's a site like that out there. No, there isn't. So let's look at this. Let's mute this. Mute this. Okay. So this is about Bernie Sanders. Democratic. This is from Fox News. Also, Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders released a plan Saturday to eliminate $81 billion in past due medical debt, going a step beyond his primary rivals who have called for government-run health insurance program. In America today, it is unacceptable that one out of every 6 Americans have past due medical bills on their credit report, totaling $81 billion. It is immoral and unconscionable that families across the country are being evicted, having their heat disconnected, or having their already inadequate wages garnished because of crippling medical debt, while the healthcare industry made more than $100 billion in profits last year. Under his plan, Sanders said the federal government would step in for the individual to negotiate and pay off past due medical bills and collections reported to credit agencies. Sanders also vowed to create a public credit registry to replace the 3 for-profit credit reporting agencies in order to, as he put it, remove the profit motive from assessing the creditworthiness of American consumers. He said the registry would use public, transparent algorithm to determine creditworthiness that eliminates racial biases in credit scores. The self-described Democratic Socialist added that he would exclude medical debt from credit reports and in credit checking for rental housing, employment, insurance, and other non-lending practices. Sanders made no mention in the proposal of how he planned to cover the $81 billion cost. According to Reuters, the Sanders campaign has said they would pay for debt elimination proposal through a tax on corporations based on their pay for chief executives. The details of that proposal have not been released. During an interview with Fox News September 3rd, Sanders acknowledged that $81 billion is a lot of money, but he added, compared to what? Compared to the $1.5 trillion that Trump gave in tax breaks to the 1% and large corporations, compared to the billions of dollars that went spent bailing out the crooks on Wall Street 11 years ago, it is a lot of money, but I think it's the right thing to do. Sanders was one of the early supporters of the Medicare for All, which would replace job-based and individual health insurance with a government-run plan. Other top Democratic rivals have expressed interest in a toned-down version of Medicare for All. Senator Elizabeth Warren has endorsed Sanders' plan but said there are many different ways to achieve coverage for all. Former Vice President Joe Biden has called to extend the Affordable Care Act by adding a public option. Senators also released a plan to eliminate 1.6 trillion student loan debt while also making public college tuition free. As for where he draws a line in wiping out debt, Sanders in his September 3rd interview said there's a difference between wiping out medical debt and credit card debt. I don't believe we wiped out credit card debt. You want something, you pay for it, he said. If you want to go out and buy a fancy house, you want to go out and buy a yacht, you go in debt, hey, that's your decision. But I do believe we have to make distinctions. Getting cancer is not your decision, and I think we have a moral obligation to do everything we can to cancel that debt. So there's some good in here and there's some bad. It's not actually too crazy, but actually it's a little crazy. But as far as the debt thing, of course he doesn't actually. Well, he does say that taxing the rich, or let's see what he said about that part again. Tax on corporations based on their pay for chief executives. I don't even think that would be enough. Honest, that wouldn't be nowhere near enough. It's not even going to that's not going to be enough. During an interview with Fox News, September acknowledged that. You know, the tax break, I believe, Sanders, you were part of that 1.5 trillion too then, because you're part of the 1%, ain't you? I would assume he is. I mean, I know he got some money, right? He ain't no broke person now. But anyways, but he is right though. Like, nobody wants to get sick and have to get that debt. I mean, it's crazy that people have to have that with when they get sick. But yeah, at least he said it. If you buy something and you go in debt, that's your decision. Finally, that's the most smartest thing I've ever heard him say when it comes to stuff like this, right? He's right 100% there. If you buy something, you ain't need it, you just wanted it, and you bought it and you went in debt for it, that's your decision. You're going to have to deal with that on your own, right? 100% with that. So, you know, but we'll see where this goes. That's not too much of a big story. We already pretty much know that he wanted to do this, so it's not like nothing that happened in the past. Anyways, we're going to skip this story for now. I don't want to do that right now. What? Okay, cool. So, this is local news, Nashville, Tennessee. A booth at last year's African Street Festival is bringing to light a global health crisis impacting minorities. A lack of stem cell matches for those battling leukemia. For 37 years and counting, the African Street Festival, let me just reset that camera again. Hopefully the battery ain't out. Don't sound like it. Has worked to celebrate the rich culture of the African American community in Nashville, but there's one booth that wants to raise awareness about a global health issue impacting this community specifically. Lisa Kanakrai, hope I said that right, or Kanakrai, is one of the volunteers who signed up to be a stem cell donor to save the life of someone in the world who has blood cancer. I think I would have done it sooner if I heard more about it. This is the first time I ever heard that we as black people, there is not enough donors to help with the stem cells, explains Kanakarai. I was about to say Kakarai. If you are white and you get diagnosed with leukemia, the chances are 80 to 90% you will find a life-saving donor, says organizer Irene Martin. For someone who is African American, the chance is 20%. 70% of donors are white, and typically the genetic twin cancer patients need are the same ethnic background. I didn't know that. That's interesting. It was simple. It was just a swab for 1 minute, and then we swabbed another minute, 2 swabs, says Cassandra Thompson, who also signed up to be a donor. We could potentially save someone's life of our ethnic background. When you sign up to be a donor, you stay with your registry until you're 61 and may get a call to say someone who is your ethnic genetic twin and needs your stem cells to survive. Yesterday, I encouraged a young lady to come register with us, and she told me that she is already a donor, and she said recently she saved a young boy's life in Brazil, says Martin. Give a thumbs up. That's a W. We'll give her a W. This whole story gets a W. I like it. If you'd like to register to become a donor, match my mix. We will be back at the African Street Festival again Sunday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Let's check that website out. Let's check out this African Street Festival too. It's kind of blurry. I don't know what's going on with this. Still loading. It's still loading. There we go. Pretty simple website, not too difficult to navigate and see what's going on with it. Good setup. I like the setup of the site. It's cool. They got some Dutch. Let's click on that, see if I can remember any German. Gemisch, Afrikanisch, Europäische, Stammzellspender, Grinde benötigt. Jetzt registrieren. Mein Name ist Astrid Ade. Bei mir wurde eine besonders schwer. Wir waren Blutkrebs. Oh, I don't think yeah, alright. Anyways, I don't want to screw that up too bad. Let me just go back to English. But anyways, it's a nice, easy to navigate website. So September 20th through the 22nd is the African Street Festival. I already marked myself as interested. I don't recall getting a I don't want to click on that, but I don't recall getting any notifications about that coming up. But that's a good story. So let's update we're going to probably do one more story. If not, we're going to end it right here. Actually, this is ended right here. I think I need to change the format of this up. I'm going to change the format of this up. I'm going to actually, instead of just randomly trying to find stuff, which is actually kind of hard to do because I don't want to spend too much time wasting trying to find things. So what I'm going to do is, before I go live, I'm going to just go over things that I remember recently hearing about, reading about, watching, and researching a little bit, and write those down. And so I'll put that in the description, those stories in the description. It's going to be called Volume 2 though. And as we go along those stories, we'll then look at the related stories or recommended stories within those articles or video or channels, wherever I'm looking at those stories at. And then we'll go from there. And maybe I'll look at, so say for instance, if there's like a story in Florida that happens, and I'll probably do another one right after this one. I'll probably stop this one right here and we'll go to another one right after this, and I'll get some stories combined because I want to do at least 5 stories. I only did 2 or 3 just now. So, but anyway, say like there's a story I'll go over, like something that happens in like Delaware. Then I'll probably say, you know what, let's see what else is in Delaware in that local area that happened. And if I can find something locally again in Delaware, we'll do another story there. If not, I'll just go to the next one on my list. Or maybe I'll jot that down and say, okay, we'll check this one out later and come back to that one. So as this goes along, we'll reformat this segment, and hopefully it gets better over time. But anyways, it's Time Out Corner here on Talk News, Relive News. relive. We're here, relive. Live. I'm gonna figure out a way to say this in a good, fluid manner to where it's perfect. Hey, that's really clear if I get close like this. Guess I gotta change my settings up. Anyways, I should just scoot my table up some. Anyways, it's time my corner. Talk news, and I'm out.